What if I told you that happiness isn't something you have to chase, earn, or wait for, but something your brain can be trained to experience more easily? Most people think happiness depends on circumstances: less stress, more time, better relationships, fewer problems. But neuroscience tells us something very different. Your brain is constantly adapting to what you repeatedly do, think, and feel, and that means you can reset it intentionally. Today, I want to share 5 neuroscience-backed secrets that can help reset your brain and make happiness more accessible, even when life is hard. Let's start with the first one. Your brain learns what you practice, whether you realize it or not. Neuroscience calls this neuroplasticity. Every time you repeat a thought, emotion, or behavior, neural pathways strengthen. This means if your brain spends most of its time rehearsing worry, self criticism, or urgency, it becomes very efficient at those states, but the reverse is also true. Research shows that when people intentionally practice positive emotional states, like gratitude, calm, or compassion, even briefly, the brain begins to wire itself toward those patterns. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It means choosing what your brain rehearses. A simple example is noticing one moment a day that felt steady or peaceful. When you pause to name it, even for 20 seconds, you activate reward and learning circuits in the brain. Over time, your brain learns this matters. Happiness isn't a personality trait, it's a practiced neural habit. The second secret is that your nervous system must feel safe before happiness can take hold. Many people try to think their way into happiness, but the brain doesn't work that way. If your nervous system is in a constant state of threat, rushing, bracing, overfunctioning, your brain prioritizes survival, not joy. Neuroscience shows that when the nervous system is dysregulated, the amygdala becomes more reactive, and the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for perspective and emotional regulation, goes offline. This is why calm comes before clarity. Simple practices like slow breathing, gentle movement, or even placing your feet firmly on the ground send signals of safety to the brain. Studies show that slow, extended exhales activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing stress hormones like cortisol. Happiness isn't about adding more positivity, it's about reducing chronic threat. The third secret is that your brain is shaped by where you place your attention. Your brain has a negativity bias. It naturally scans for problems, threats, and what's missing. This bias helped our ancestors survive, but today it often keeps us stuck in dissatisfaction. Neuroscience research shows that attention acts like a spotlight. Whatever you focus on gets amplified in the brain. When attention repeatedly lands on what's wrong, neural networks associated with stress and rumination strengthen. But when attention is intentionally redirected, even briefly, to neutral or positive experiences, different networks activate. This could be noticing the warmth of your coffee, the sound of your breath, or a moment of connection. These small shifts matter because the brain doesn't differentiate between small and important. It only knows repetition. Happiness grows where attention goes. The fourth secret is that self compassion changes your brain more than self criticism ever will. Many people believe being hard on themselves leads to growth. Neuroscience says the opposite. Studies using brain imaging show that self criticism activates threat circuitry, increasing stress and emotional reactivity. Self compassion, on the other hand, activates caregiving systems associated with safety, connection, and resilience. When you speak to yourself with understanding, especially during failure or stress, you reduce cortisol and increase oxytocin, a hormone linked to trust and emotional bonding. This doesn't mean letting yourself off the hook. It means supporting yourself in a way that allows the brain to learn rather than shut down. Happiness isn't built through pressure, it's built through permission. The fifth and final secret is that happiness is deeply connected to meaning, not constant pleasure. Neuroscience distinguishes between short term dopamine hits, like scrolling, shopping, or checking off tasks, and longer lasting well being, which is associated with purpose and connection. Research shows that engaging in activities aligned with personal values activates reward systems in a more sustainable way. These experiences don't always feel easy or exciting, but they feel fulfilling. When your brain senses meaning, it releases neurotransmitters that support motivation, focus, and emotional stability. This is why people often feel happier when they're contributing, creating, or helping, even when life isn't perfect. Happiness isn't about feeling good all the time. It's about feeling grounded, connected, and aligned often enough. So if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or emotionally remembered by stress, know this. Your brain is not broken. It's doing exactly what it has been trained to do. And with small, intentional shifts, what you practice, where you place attention, how you regulate stress, how you speak to yourself, and what you align with, you can begin to reset it. Not overnight, not perfectly, but meaningfully. And that's where real happiness begins. Make sure to watch my other video on work-life balance for women leaders and grab my free leadership workbook, 5 Steps to Communicate with Calm, Clarity, and Confidence at powerofpeacefulness.com.